if I will feel after 2 or 3 years that, it's not mine, then I'm going to say, I won it, I did it. So now, okay, let's go into like another genre. But I feel like it's like organic, like for me, like it's like naturally something inside.
Interesting.
In my life, like I had a lot of wins and a lot of failures as well. And what I've realized, I'm 26, but what I realized by this age is that the most important thing is what you do after the failure. Like what you do after that. That's the most important thing.
How you react, yeah. See, the way you
so
say
you
it
just
is...
drop the bomb?
Yeah. What it is, Brad Lee back again with another episode of Dropping Bombs. Today in the studio, as always, I've got a real treat for you. You might have seen her on American Idol, perhaps. Nutza, what's happening?
I'm so happy to be here. It's my first podcast ever.
Is it really?
Yes, so I'm making a wish.
Well, I'll tell you. What's the wish?
Super Bowl. That's the wish.
Okay. All right. So do you wish when you do the first things of anything?
Yes.
That you make a wish on it?
Yes. When I do something first time, I always do a wish. And guess what? It comes true.
Well, right. I think it will. I heard you sing.
Thank you.
I heard you sing. You're like a songbird.
Thank you so much.
But I'm sure you've been told that your whole life because you're not like a great singer. You're like a fucking amazing, like holy shit. People just want to listen to you sing and sing and sing. So you must have been told that your whole life. It didn't just pop up when you turned 18.
Not really.
Nope. And by the way, answer it if you want. I don't care. We're very informal here.
Maybe we're just gonna put there. Yes. So,
that could have been important.
No, it's not. It's not.
If my wife calls, I always answer right in the middle of episodes, and people are like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Well, that's my wife."
Really?
No. Actually, really, but no, because my phone's off, so she can't call when I'm on here.
Yeah.
But it would have been funny because I have done it on accident.
Really?
But only because the guest wasn't so important. Okay. We didn't have Nutza on Dropping Bombs. Yeah. Folks are probably wondering well, who is the girl? Well, who are you? Tell them who you are.
So I'm from Georgia. I was born and raised in Georgia, country.
I'm bad with geography. No, I'm joking. I usually say biology, but I didn't think it'd be funny.
So Georgia is...
That's next to Russia.
No. Yeah, it's next to Russia, but Georgia is in Europe. So we are part of Europe, and we are neighbors with Russia. We're neighbors with Turkey.
You speak Russian?
Yeah, we all speak Russian. We are neighbors with Armenia. We are neighbors with Azerbaijan and Turkey, I mentioned, right? And Turkey. And it's a very small country, but the culture is so big, and it has such a big impact on my personality. It's crazy. And I'm so happy I was born in that country. It's amazing because people are very loving and caring, and just it's a really good country to visit.
Well, a lot of Americans are a little bit naive to world matters. Every time I heard Georgia, it was something that has to do with what? Russia, something. What was going on over there?
When you hear Georgia, you can connect it with a talent. You can connect it with very rich culture because it's very old. You can connect it with wine because we have a very, very big and rich wine culture. Amazing wine. I have to give you, the next time when I see you, you're gonna love it. It's so good because I gifted Darren. And also you can connect it with amazing food. Oh my God, you're just gonna love it. The food we have is amazing.
You're a great ambassador for your country.
It's amazing. I mean, because I love it. Once you love something, you talk with a passion about it.
So you grew up there until what age? Do you still live there?
No.
You live here now, don't you?
Yeah. It's been 3 years. I haven't lived in my country because I wanted to go and explore the world. I was exploring since I was a kid, by the way, but I wanted to have that experience of living abroad and living on your own.
What'd your parents say about that?
My mom is very good about that because she's like, as long as you're happy at what you're doing and as long as you make your dreams come true, like do whatever you want to do. She's always supporting me since I was a kid. And imagine for me, like I was 17 years old when I flew alone in Germany, for example. And after that, like I started being independent, and it's so good it's a blessing to have a mom like that supports you in everything.
So at some point, yeah, it is a blessing. But at some point, someone had to discover, oh, she can sing. Like how and when did that happen?
It was so funny because I was like 2 or 3 years old when I was just like singing at home, and it was my mom and my aunt who discovered that you know, they were like, no, she's gonna be something, like maybe not a singer or like they said that like we saw that you would be in entertainment industry because like I was not just singing but entertaining the people. Like I just wanted to sometimes make them laugh or sometimes dance or sometimes sing, and like I was just doing this all since I was very little.
So what is your goal? Do you want to be like a artist, or do you want to be an actress, or do you want to be, what do you want to be?
I want to be a rock star.
So musician. Yeah.
I want to be a rock star. And also I don't want just to sing. I want to influence as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And by the way, just so you know, I've said this before on this podcast that I think, because people always ask what's better, movie star or rock star? You know, rock star is the epitome of, you know, the top, I think. Rock star, their life. Oh my God. Are you ready for that life? I
think, yeah, I'm ready.
That's a busy life.
That is. But you know, when I'm not busy, I never felt like so depressed in my life, but like, I feel like when I'm not busy, I feel bad. Like I like when I'm busy with the things that I love to do. Well, I cannot say how I'm going to feel because it didn't happen yet, that kind of like huge success. But I feel that at this age and at this point of my life, I'm ready because I've been through some things in life and like it kind of got prepared me. That's how I feel inside. But I mean, we got to see.
What kind of things happened?
Like when I was 16 years old when I first started being independent. And I mean with everything. Like I started taking care of my family. I started paying rent. I started paying at 16.
How were you making money?
I was at the first TV show that it was a first contest. It's called Your Face Sounds Familiar. I was 16 years old and I got into finals. So like when you go into finals and you go into TV show, like you kind of become famous, right? So then you get... Yeah, then you get some prize, then you go into some auditions, then you go into some TV shows, like contests, whatever. You know, I was just trying everything to be successful and to earn money as well. So I think that there was a very important time of my life when I realized that, oh, I got to do this all by myself. All by myself. And I started doing it. And by this age, I created the life that I was imagining by that time. Like I always wanted to be like this independent, like world traveler, like living in US, by the way. And like, I think that was very important time of my life. It was very hard because imagine my friends were thinking, oh, where are they going to graduate and where are they going to go for studying and which university? And I was just thinking like, oh my God, how to pay that and how to pay this. It's crazy, but that's life. And I'm happy that it happened.
Well, I'm sure you will be happy even more when you're like, you know, I don't even know who to put you in there with. Like, you know, to me, the top would be like, you know, Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey or like Beyonce or like these just top most famous of all time singers. Is that what you're looking for? Because you sound like all of them.
Really? Of course. I look like, for me to become the best, you must watch the best and not to be them, but to like see how they do some stuff, what they've done, how they did it. And
you watch them all?
Yeah. I
study them.
You have to study them. But I don't want to be them. I just want to be myself, but I want to see how they got there because every successful person that I've met, they all started by them like from zero. Like they created themselves. And that's how they got there. And that's what motivates me a lot.
Why are you so wanting to be so independent?
Because I am. It's not that I want to be, but it's like I am. That's how it happened.
That's funny. Folks, if you guys haven't heard her sing, just Google her name in Google and hit videos, and you'll see a bunch of videos. The one I saw, I think, was from American Idol. And I don't know what you were singing, but it was like, damn, this girl can sing. Like there's people that can sing pretty well. And then there's like, damn, this girl can sing.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
So you're going to get more famous than you already have been. I guarantee it. How do I know? Because I can just hear it. You don't hear people sing like that all the time.
Thank you so much.
And plus I got like 7 billion people listening to this podcast.
Oh my God.
They're all going to Google you.
That's huge.
And they're going to go follow you guys.
You guys.
And by the way, you follow her at Nutza, Buza, Buza, because her last name is like Buza Ladzi or something.
Wow. You remembered that. Wow.
But she's just going by Nutza, Nutsa, Nutza Buza on Instagram. Or just go to nutzaofficial.com. You'll find her. Google her. You can't miss her.
Thanks so much.
Well, I'm hoping that you'll be, rock star famous as soon as possible. I know you're going to be singing the national anthem at the Dodgers game.
Right. That's huge. That's like.
Do you think that's bigger than that? Ain't bigger than American Idol, is it?
I mean, I cannot compare because like American Idol is different field and this is like different. But I'm happy that after American Idol, I'm going forward, because usually when people go into that kind of TV shows and contests, like they're like, okay, like I had my success and now, I'm kind of.
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah. But
it's not that big. Like the show's not that big.
No, I think the show it's huge.
It will either launch you or showcase you, and then that's it. So I know there's been a lot of people on that show that you never hear of again. I can't even remember their names.
That's what I said.
Matter of fact, one of them is a friend of mine named Matt Rogers. You would love Matt Rogers. Everybody loves Matt Rogers, but he was on American Idol and he was good. But was he great? Apparently not. Otherwise,
I haven't heard.
He would be massive famous. Like, what's her name? Who's the most famous one? What's her name? The blonde lady.
Kelly Clarkson, Jennifer Hudson.
No, it's the other one. Carrie? Yeah, Carrie Underwood.
Right.
Was that American Idol?
Yes.
Yeah, like American Idol, you see her come along, Carrie Underwood. Now Carrie Underwood is huge, right? That's what's gonna happen.
I really, really want to be the most successful contestant that American Idol had. I know that's big thing to say, but that's the dream, right?
Yeah. Who now again, I mean, you don't live in Russia anymore. I mean, Georgia anymore.
Georgia.
The way you say is Georgia. I always say Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't live over there anymore. So like, do you go back?
Of course I go back.
You go visit, like your whole life was there until what age?
Until 19.
19, and you're only what, 26?
And now I'm 26, yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing. Like you just left, basically.
Yeah.
So how have you adjusted?
Pretty amazing, by the way, because it's not that like I don't go and I said like goodbye or something. I always go there. I always see my friends, always see my family, always hug them, always take that love that I receive from the people, because it's really encouraging me, because they really root for me, and it's really nice that your country loves you. Because if your country can love you, then another country also can love you, right?
It sounds like you've been into some personal development. I can't help but to think.
Why?
Well, because like I'm kind of in that world a little bit, and it sounds like some of the things you're saying, like some of the universal laws that exist. And plus, you're smart. I can tell, because when I said American Idol, you didn't. Like, you're very politically smart, meaning, hey, I'm not saying bad, I ain't saying good. So that shows me, like, where's the personal development coming from?
I think from the books, and I think from YouTube a lot, because I watch a lot of interviews. Actually, that's my hobby. like whenever I have free time, like I can listen to your podcast a lot. I can listen to some of the successful other people who loves to talk like about themselves, how they got to that point where they are right now, and I always listen to them. And then you like just remember it.
Well, what are some of the principles and things that you've learned that is now contributing?
I think the most important thing that really helped me is always like I had probably you don't know, right? But like in my life, like I had a lot of wins and a lot of failures as well. And what I've realized, I'm 26, but what I realized by this age is that the most important thing is what you do after the failure. Like what you do after that. That's the most important thing.
How you react, yeah. See, the way you
so
say
you
it
just
is...
drop the bomb?
Yeah.
Amazing.
That just tells people to pay attention. You know, it's just it was funny because now everybody wants bombs when they come in here. I had Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank earlier, and he said, something about, am I going to get a bomb? I'm like, dude, that's starting to get around. Everybody wants them.
Really?
So you just earned one. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay,
yes.
That's like getting 3 yeses.
Yes.
A bomb.
I'm in the next round.
You're in the next round.
Right.
Because again, I mean, people can like be good singers and be talented, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to end up successful unless, of course, they're extremely, because I think if you're extremely talented, you're going to end up successful no matter what, as long as someone gets you into the public, and you're now into the public. So
thanks to my agent, Darren Prince.
Yeah. Well, he's got a few people in the public before, but at the end of the day, you're in the public. So I don't think it can be taken back now. All people have to do is listen to you sing a couple times, and you're going to get a long ways. But the personal development, man, what in business? Because again, I mean, what are you going to do with all that money? Well, you better understand business. You better understand personal growth. And it sounds like you do. Who taught you that, or you just naturally started doing it?
My mom is asking me the same thing. She's like, I'm not like this. Like, your father is not like this. No one is like this. Like, why you are like this? And I'm like, because I was watching, I'm telling you, I was watching like a lot of interviews, a lot of videos, like whenever I see something motivational, a video or a movie.
You love Tony Robbins?
Yes. Yes. And also I love this movie, The Secret.
Yeah.
I love that movie. And it was surprising for my mom as well, because she was like, oh my God, you're young and you're like into this. And I'm like, I don't know why. Like, I don't know why. It's just, I'm attached. I'm attached to it because I feel like that with the talent, that when God gives you a talent, then your job is to pursue that. You don't have to just sit at home and just like, oh my God, another bomb. Amazing.
That's right.
So you just have to like sit and just wait. Oh my God, he gave me the talent and now he's going to do everything for me. It's not right. So that's my main motivation. So when I feel that, oh my God, I have the talent and I got to use it. That's the main that's why I go, then I Google everything. That's how I found the American Idol casting director as well, because like I wanted to showcase the talent. And that's the main reason.
So do you have a favorite book yet or no?
Well, I have a favorite book. It's called Eat the Frog.
Is it a self-help?
It's about personal growth as well.
It the Frog?
Yeah.
No.
It's really good book. Like I was reading when I was very young, like a classic literature is the name, right, in English.
Literature?
Yeah. So then I realized it's not for me, like romance and that kind of things. And that's when I started just like Googling about personal growth and the things that really help you. Even like, because the stories that you read, you can watch a movie and like also get some information from that. So yeah, that's them.
So do you have any businesses other than singing?
Well, we are having different meetings with different brands. We want to do my clothing line, fragrance line, jewelry as well. And I think that as far as I'm gonna like make some records and have an album here and some music videos, then on the way, I think I will be interested in more business.
So basically, whatever comes your way.
Not like everything, of course, but
you're 100% pursuing this career. You don't have a side job. No one's gonna see you waiting tables at the frickin' Buca de Beppo on 5th Street.
No,
this is what you do.
It's what I love.
So unless everyone's throwing money at you, like how do you travel around the world and go to all these places? How is it financed? Did you save a bunch of money? Did you make a bunch of money and keep it all?
No, what I make is I'm always using that money for my job again. Like for example,
which is yourself.
Yeah. So it's like,
so you have to make yourself look good.
Of course.
Travel around, enjoy life.
Of course. So it's like,
that's a bummer. You got to take all that money and put it back into yourself.
At least for now.
Forever. That's a good way to be.
Really?
Nutza. That's smart, believe me.
Okay.
I always tell people, because people call me sometimes, they think I'm more successful than I am. They think I'm a billionaire. I'm not there yet. But they would call me and say, Brad, if I have X amount of dollars, what should I invest in? And my answer always is you. You invest in you. Go get your skill set up, get your mindset right, hire a coach, do something that like makes you better. That's the best investment ever. So
exactly.
I'll give you a bomb for that.
Oh my God, I have 3 bombs.
3 bombs so far. I mean, you might even get one of these.
What?
That's where you just like the whole sentence. I should have been bombing the whole time, but we didn't want to. We wanted to hear what you have to say.
I love that.
Yeah, so it's interesting, because you can sing, you're talented, but you also have a little bit of sense to you, common sense. You have a good head on your shoulders. Now, you said your mom. Where's dad at this whole juncture?
Well, Dad, I have a pretty amazing relationship with my dad. I love my dad, but it happened that when I was 1 year old, they divorced, yeah. So I never lived with my father. I was living with my grandfather and my mother. So like they make for me really loving environment where I grew up, and I'm really happy because I was thinking like my father is really good person, but like he didn't really I don't know, like took care of me in a way that fathers do, like, give you money, like go here, go there, and it was my grandfather and my aunt who were doing that.
Was he was not able to, or what? Was he young?
No, at some point he was able, but I don't know. I mean, it's kind of, I don't like to like discuss that a lot because I love my father, and I'm happy that it happened the way it happened, because he has kind of like a character that maybe he would have said me like, don't go there, don't do that, and don't do this.
Yeah, you'd be different.
I'll be different. So I'm happy that the way everything happened, it was perfect. Because my mom and my grandfather,
it's almost like she's prepared for these questions, and it's because they're such perfect answers, but I'm asking them random. She's just smart. See, that's smart right there. But hey, my dad again, when I was young, at 2 years old, not 1, he gave us all into a foster home. Now, only because my mom and dad were divorcing, but then my grandmother forced him to come get us, and he came get us. So we ended up living with him. But like the whole time it was children should be seen and not heard. He didn't tell us he loved us, but we know he did. So I know exactly what you're saying. Because you're like, I don't really, because you don't want people to think anything by saying the truth, because probably doesn't bother you just like it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But everybody says to me, oh, poor Brad, your dad didn't love you. My dad fucking loved me.
Of course.
He just didn't say it a lot, But but regular people would hear it a lot.
Yeah.
So did he tell you that a lot or no?
Yeah, my father did tell me that he loves me and he's proud of me. But the thing is that I didn't grow up with him.
Yeah.
We didn't live together. And
your parents didn't get along.
yeah, they didn't get along. And that's good because that's smart for my mom, because you don't want to see your child sing like how someone fights in the family, or
Yes.
like, because the only thing I was saying is love and my family, and like taking care of each other. And my grandfather, he was always preparing food for me, and taking care of me. And the environment that a child is growing, it's very important, because then you either have love or you don't. Then, and I'm always saying thank you to my mom, because she gave me so much love. It helps me with everyone. So it's not that I'm stupid and I love everyone, but I have this feeling inside of me that I can give you love. If you're a good person, I can love you. But a lot of people, they have hate within themselves if they grew up in that kind of environment. So that's what I meant. But my father also loves me so much.
You're making about 500,000 people cry.
Oh,
That's nice. Yeah. So tell me, like, in your mind, what do you think is like the biggest problem with today? Is there because you're very positive, but there's like inflation and interest rates and the dollar crashing and the world going crazy and all the nonsense that's going on. What do you pay attention to any of that? I'd love to hear your political answer to that.
Oh, well, I'm not really into politics, because that's the thing.
Do you know who Joe Biden is?
Of course I know.
How do you think he's doing as a president?
Well, I have to live in this country to say it.
So how's he doing?
Oh, I have to live in this country to say it.
I thought you do.
I mean, I have to live more. Like,
no, you've been here 3 years. You're qualified.
No, I was like traveling. I was not like stable here to live. I was like for 6 months for American Idol. Before that, I was always
If
traveling.
you could vote for him next year or 2024, would you vote for him?
Well, I'm going to come back before 1 month before elections, and I'm gonna tell you, because
awesome.
I gotta live here to see, because I don't understand. Like, the only thing I see is entertainment and the shootings and the studios, and that's it. But when I come to US border, they really greet me really nice. The police are nice, the officers are nice. Some of them, they took a selfie with me as well. They were like, "Oh, we were rooting for you on American Idol." I'm like, really? Yeah. So I don't know. People seem nice. So
see, very, again, perfect answer. You're almost like, the perfect answer girl.
No.
Isn't that funny? Did you teach her that? I mean, have you had any singing lessons?
Of course, I did a lot.
Is that what made you? Do you think people can learn to sing? Do you think I could learn to sing?
What if you started as a like when you're a kid? And
no, like tomorrow. I want to learn to sing. I want to be a country singer.
I don't think you have to have ear. Like you have to know how to get into right pitch. So imagine, like, if we teach you how to sing correctly, but you cannot hear the right pitch and you just start somewhere else, then there's nothing we can help you with, I think. Sorry.
Well, that's very negative of you to think. You mean everyone can't be an awesome singer?
We gotta try.
Well, the reason why is I have a little girl. She's 10 years old. She sings and I just hear her singing, and I think, that sounds good, but I don't know, like, is it like, hey, wow, how would I know if she's a good singer? There's people right now with kids that probably listen to them and they can sing. What should they do with them to get them heading in the right direction?
The most important thing is, like, when you hear your kid can sing, the most important thing is, like, you gotta take the kid into to professional, like a teacher or like school studio or whatever that is, like the small one. You don't have to start big, because my mom, like, she took me wherever she could, and then from there, the teacher noticed you. The teacher says to another person who is also into music, and maybe you, like, if the teacher sees your talent, then the teacher helps you, actually. So you go then from there to another place, and then from another place to another place. So actually, when a person is talented, everyone can see it. Even as a kid, when you're talented, and teachers, they help you to become better. When I hear myself singing when I was like 8 or 9, I'm like, it's every year, like, you grow, but you have to study with the right teachers, right school, and you just And also, like, if you see your kid loves it, that's when you have to do it. But if you see that you love it as a mom, but your kid hates that, I don't think you have to like tell the kid, oh, you should sing or you have to do it. I don't think that's nice because he will hate it.
I don't see a wedding ring, so you're not married.
No.
Single. Looking.
I don't know.
Again, Bomb Squad's going to bombard you on that one too. So you don't have a relationship of any kind.
Well, I do have a relationship.
There's going to be a broken-hearted dude somewhere thinking you guys are closer than you are.
I do have a relationship, but it's long distance, and but it's not the relationship that. Well, now,
what if he showed up here right now and said, "Babushka, I love you, Babushka."
Babushka is the name of my dog.
Oh, well, what if he showed up and he was professing his love? Would you be like, okay, is he missing his opportunity right now?
No.
And I'll bet you he does not listen to Dropping Bombs.
I know.
If it's long distance. Where does he live?
I cannot say a lot of things because then it's going to be obvious. Who's that?
Well, it's not in this country, I bet.
No.
Although Bomb Squad is worldwide, just so you know.
It's not.
It would be
country.
amazing if your dude calls you after this and says, "Babushka." Does he call you Babushka?
No.
It's long distance, but again, if he showed up here and made it like, "Hey, where are you going? I don't want you to get away." Would it be like, "Oh, okay," or you're not sure about this guy?
Yeah, he knows what I think about this. He knows that it needs time. He knows that I have a career to do. I have goals. I have dreams, and now that's the main thing that I'm focused on, and that's why like no one really knows like if I'm in a relationship or not. They never know. Now
they know. Only a few people though.
Maybe.
So again, we'll use this clip on social media just to make sure. No, just. And well, the reason I ask is, number one, you never know. Like there could be someone listening that's like, "Oh, this girl's so sweet," and there's potential why you're single, but you're not really single. You're busy.
Busy, yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out, like, like Lloyd Christmas says. So you're saying there's a chance. Is there a way that potentially, like, you meet a Ryan Gosling or a, whoever you think's hot in Hollywood, if you met them, right, and they wanted to
Johnny
date
Depp.
Okay, Johnny Depp. If Johnny Depp showed up and wanted to, get to know you and start dating, would you say to Babushka later on? Would you say, "I gotta go"?
No.
Would you tell Johnny Depp I'm in a relationship?
I would have said definitely because it's
Not
lying.
Would have. I said now. Would you say?
Yeah.
So you are in a relationship. Because
I don't want to lie. Like if I'm busy, like if someone likes me and I say like I'm busy, like I'm texting, I'm calling, like it's a lying. You're lying to that new person that oh no, I'm not. So I have this relationship, but like you never know like what's gonna happen. Like if I feel love or anything with the person, then I'm gonna explain to the old person that I don't love you anymore. I'm sorry, like it's just faded away or something. But the thing is that I don't want to lie.
Now, do you love Johnny Depp so much because you grew up watching Johnny Depp?
Yeah, I think like he's just cool.
Like
he's cool.
Do you love Jack Sparrow or Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp.
Did you watch the trial of his and Amber's?
Yes.
And were you a Johnny Depp team? Johnny Depp?
Yes.
So was I. so as most people.
Yeah.
But only because you loved him or because you listened to everything that was going on?
No, I didn't know like really so much about it. Like just, I think the most of the people like what we were saying, like the small clips, but what I saw so far, I was Team Johnny Depp for sure.
Yeah.
Because usually like I like to stand at woman's side. In most of the situations, I'm like, oh, girl power and something like this. But in this case, like it was, I think, obvious, right? Don't get like, yeah. Then he won as well, I think.
Everyone that I know, my wife, all her friends were all Team Depp.
Yeah, and he's
was
also like
the world teamed up? Was there anybody on Amber's side? Bunch of whack jobs.
I don't know.
There's whack jobs out there, Nutza.
What?
Whack jobs. Crazy. Like you don't want to participate. You want to stay away from the crazy people.
Yeah, you want to, but like either ways, like you get to interact with them.
So tell me what you do like on what's a normal day for you?
I like to, I start my day with affirmations. I also listen to good music when I wake up. I do stretching when I wake up.
What is good music to you?
I started listening, like I always change it up, but this past year, I've been listening a lot to Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, Annie Lennox, and this like legends. And I really feel empowered when I start my day with their music. So I start my day with that music. Then I go to gym. I like to run and do some cardio a little bit, and then just whatever it is, like it's in the studio or it's a shooting or I have to fly or I have to do something new or I have to do an interview, whatever that is, or a meeting, whatever that is, then I'm ready.
Some sort of promotion. And every day, like I'm sure we've got schedules for Nutza. And we're preparing more for you.
Yeah.
And how do you know, like, how did you know, hey, man, Darren's a good dude. Let him do it. There's probably 100 people that asked, no? Or was he the only one that asked, which I doubt is the case?
We got really connected after American Idol because we met and I heard his story and he heard my story. And then we got connected because when I heard that this story about God, like that's how we got connected, because I'm also a strong believer and he also has the faith. And I think that was the main reason that I decided that this is the right men, because
nice.
Because when you have love for God, there is some things that you will never do, like you know, when either you are a good person or you're not. So if you're a good person, like I'm sure that, and also when I saw like his clients and the relationship that he has with his clients for like 20 something year, it's big, and it means that you can really have a good relationship with
he must be doing something right
with clients. And also it's so good when you have good relationship. It helps with work, it helps with mood, it helps with everything. So you want to work with a person more. Right? For
those of you that are watching video, you can't see him. He's off camera. Darren Prince. We did a Dropping Bombs episode with Darren here before.
Yeah,
it's good. People love old Darren Prince. I'm still wondering, like, is that a stage name? Because that's just too cool of a name, Darren Prince. What if my name was freaking Prince? That'd be sweet.
You know, he was asking me, so what's the meaning of your name, like. And I said, like, in Georgia, like, we don't have meanings of the names. And then he was like immediately, no, it's a wrong answer. You have to say royalty, and you have to say princess, or you have to say like something, you know? And I think he has really, I really love the way he thinks.
So do a lot of people from what I hear. That's good. So when you're like, FaceTiming people back home, is there any like danger there? There's no wars, there's no shit. Because when I think of Georgia, I can't remember, but there was some war shit going on there. No?
Yeah, that's really sad part that I'm always, it always makes me emotional, because I really love my country, and it's small, you know, it's only 5 million people living in my country, and 20% of my country is occupied by Russia. So we don't really have a good relationship with the country because they occupied our country. And my father actually was an army soldier. So he was always fighting in this wars as well. So my family also got very affected. Not only my family, the whole country is affected because it's occupied by Russia. But it doesn't mean that in my country now something is going on. No, we have a really good life. It's safe, 100% safe. You come, like, you enjoy life, nothing is happening. But we all become sad when we think about the situation that is happening now, because it's like really small, and on top of that, it's also occupied. And that's the saddest part.
Do people there wish Russia would get out?
Yeah, of course. We all do.
Is Putin a bad guy there?
Yes.
Two people there?
Yes.
Mostly?
Yes.
So in the Ukraine?
Not only there, in Ukraine as well. So we really support Ukraine. And not only we, I think the whole world, like no one wants war. Everybody wants to live in peace and safety environment. Wow.
Hey, I didn't mean to drop a bomb on that, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's ironic.
It's really, really hard topic and hard case. Like, even though I'm not really into politics, and I don't understand why they do some things, how they do it and this stuff. Like, I see how people struggle, and my mom is from the place which Russia occupied. So my mom had to leave her house and everything that they have built there and just be without home because they occupied this territory. So, and like very beautiful territory. It's called Abkhazia. And that's the saddest part. And my mom was always telling me how beautiful it is because she grew up there. And it's the hard part. And now it's happening with Ukraine, and we all see it. And now I think, like, in this century, I mean, why it's happening? I just don't get it. Like, is it so hard to have peace and just to talk about some things and just negotiate with talking and not with blood and with it's just hard for everyone.
Unfortunately, with power comes greed and corruption sometimes.
I don't know.
With power comes greed and corruption. Just remember that. Write that down in your funkin' wagnall.
Yeah, I will.
So let's get back to something positive, because I sense you're a positive bird.
Right.
Have you been to Australia?
No, never. But I want to go.
You want to, yeah.
I want to go.
Every day you're waking up, you're going to the gym. Then you said you go to the studio, travel around, do something. So you're doing something to promote. Generally, when I'm interviewing somebody, there's something that they're promoting that I can get the Bomb Squad to go buy or go do to support them. How can the Bomb Squad support you?
Well, no.
We can't vote for American Idol, can we?
No.
What can we do?
Got it. Yeah. So now my new music is coming out after 2 weeks, my new single. And also, when I'm going to be back to New York, I'm going to be working on my album. New songs are coming out. So that's what we can promote.
New songs. I
think by September, everything will be ready.
But if someone were listening to this, it won't be today. Obviously, I don't record live, but it's going to be soon.
It's going to be soon.
Where should they go to hear your new music?
On all music platforms. iTunes, Spotify.
Where should they go?
Spotify.
Anywhere?
iTunes. Yeah, on all music platforms. Everywhere they can go. Yeah.
They should not go to Nutza Official?
Oh, they should go there. Definitely. And they should come on my Instagram as well.
Yeah, your Instagram's growing like crazy, isn't it?
Well, after American Idol, it is growing really fast. My goal is to hit 1 million this year.
Let's see. There you are. Well, you're following me. That's awesome. I'm gonna follow you back.
Of course, I'm following you. Of course.
That's what I don't understand about Instagram. Like, I didn't know she was following me. If she would have followed me, I'd have followed her. And by the way, what's funny is, like, if I usually only follow people that are following me. It's weird. I almost feel like offended if you're not. So like if I like see in 6 months you unfollowed me, I'll be thinking, fuck, what did I say? Like what did I say that she didn't like to make her? I ain't following his ass anymore. So I always think that, like, if people aren't following me, I'm somewhat almost offended by it. Like, you're a dick. But I didn't know you were following me.
You see, when I get inspired, I follow. I was inspired by you. That's why I was following you. And
by the way, I just went to @Buza on Instagram. Are you on TikTok?
Of course.
What are you there?
Same username.
Buza?
Yes,
I'm gonna
on
follow
Facebook.
you there. How many followers you got there? You must have.
No, TikTok I was not using. I started after American Idol because the social media, they were like, you gotta be active on TikTok. And I'm like, okay. So I just started. There I have like 65 or something like this.
I'm going to go follow you. And this just shows you that life isn't fair. I have 2.5 million TikTok followers. And I can't sing a lick. And I don't say much, you know. It's just my shit talking.
It's inspirational talking.
No, we have a songbird here, an actual talent that needs to get some followers. But I'll bet you anything it's going to be a short order before I'm dwarfed again. And I'll be able to say I had her back when not very many people knew who she was. She only had 60,000. But she's got 444 on Instagram.
Yeah.
So you're gaining quick. That's a huge amount, actually.
From my country, someone from my country, it's huge.
Are you huge in your country?
Yes.
So if you land, does everybody like go crazy and little girls want to freaking touch you? And you get that or no?
Yes, I love that. Yes.
So you're already a celeb over there. You're just coming over here to let us love you too. Right? Yeah. That's what it is. Because like, you know, there's people that like get famous, and then I'm always wondering like, what did it feel like to become famous? But you've technically been famous.
Right.
So the fact that we're all going to love you too, you're going to be like, you know, just more of it.
No,
it's not new to you.
No, it has been my dream to be to do music in US. To do music here.
Are you looking to do any collabs with?
Of course, everything.
Who's the one wish collab you could do?
U2.
U2.
And Beyonce.
Beyonce.
And I love Bruno Mars. Like, but I just don't know what kind of song we would connect with. Like what song? But
what's your style?
Well, my style is R&B, pop, and rock. But the new album that I'm gonna be doing is gonna be rock.
Really?
Yes.
Like, dude, you're gonna bring rock back?
Yes, that's what I want to do.
Because I always think to myself, when I think rock, I'm thinking Guns N' Roses, you know, rock and roll. Like, in other words, that's gone now.
Yeah.
Now we're 2023.
Yeah.
But someone could theoretically bring that shit back. Have you ever heard of Joan Jett?
Joan Jett, I've heard, but I don't know.
She's gonna be the new Joan Jett. Back in the day, because I'm an old man. Back in the day, Joan Jett was like a black-haired rocker, but huge. Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. She was the only person I know rock, because when I see you, I don't see rock. That's gonna be crazy.
I know, but I was listening to one of my performances, and I was thinking, what I do the best to showcase my voice, my energy on the stage. The best genre is rock. I feel freedom when I sing rock. Everyone could say now, they see on American Idol, they were calling me, George and J-Lo. Because of maybe my appearance, or I don't know, or maybe because I could move as well on stage. But when I hear myself, I hear that my voice sounds really good with that genre, rock.
Really?
Yes, and I feel
never would
like
have guessed.
the energy on stage when you sing rock is crazy. It's like you can go crazy and just lose it on a stage.
Especially if it's like got lyrics attached. Because I think nowadays music has transformed into just there's stories. There's stories with music. But if I were to look at you, I would never say, she's rock and roll.
Never.
I would think she's R&B, maybe even country. Have you ever tried country?
Never.
Have you ever listened to country?
Of course I did listen, and I liked some music as well, but not for me. It's not for me.
I want to hear some of your music. The music that is out right now that I could listen to, is any of that rock and roll?
No, as my music is not. I've never written rock and roll. I've sang 2 times, and those 2 performances are my favorite performances. I've sang one time "Creep" by Radiohead, and I know it's my performance, but when I look at it, like I feel it again and again and again. Like I live that moment and I love it.
What if people are like, they want to see you more, than rock and roll?
Well, the rock and roll now is my new obsession. That's what I was saying on the road when we were coming. Like, it's like obsession now. Like, I want to do it. But I mean, if I will feel after 2 or 3 years that, it's not mine, then I'm going to say, I want it, I did it. So now, okay, let's go into like another genre. But I feel like it's like organic. Like for me, like it's like naturally something inside.
Interesting. Because we don't think we have anybody. I think there's an opening for that.
That's what I say as well. Like, we have a lot of pop stars, but rock stars, there were a lot back in the days, I think. But now is everything become very simple.
Yeah, you're gonna bring it back, make it popular.
Let's go.
And by the way, I mean, would you say that Radiohead "Creep" that's a rock and roll song?
Rock. That's rock.
That's a rock song.
That's rock.
What about Evanescence?
But I did a rendition.
Where can people see that?
On YouTube. You can see that now as well.
We should go. I'm gonna
I was
put a
wearing
link
like
to
this
it.
big boots and the makeup and the rendition. It was just I don't like to see my performances, by the way, but I like to see that one.
Well, I'll bet you $1 million, folks, you're going to see more from this girl right here. That's a fact. I'm sure of it. I could be wrong, but I would bet $1 million that I'm dead right. I think you guys will know too. Go Google her if you don't already know her. If you do already know her, then you already know what I'm talking about. And apparently, how we can help is just go download her music, watch it. What do we do?
I think the best thing would be to follow on my social medias,
okay.
And there we're gonna have all the news coming, like when my music is coming out and everything. I'm very active on my Facebook and on my Instagram, and now started TikTok. Hopefully, it's gonna go successful, right? So let's see.
Well, I appreciate you coming in.
Yeah,
folks, go follow this girl. Until next time, as always, keep it real.
Well, because if you cannot conceive it, you will not achieve it. So if you have to start thinking smaller, then you'll start to think bigger. I used to think $1 million a year was all it ever fucking took to live like I wanted to live. I didn't realize that I was thinking that $1 million would buy some serious shit.